Yo, he really was freestyling too. Like,
yeah. He did bring up a good point though.
What?
In a part of the freestyle where he said, "How come like when we talk about supporting black businesses, why does nobody mention me?"
Yo, he made 17 million in 8. Yeah, he made 17 million.
I'm like, he got a point, bro. Cause I know nobody talk about him, bro.
He made 17 in 1 year.
Oh, I'm sure he got a diehard fan base.
That's crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
but nah, that was funny. I gotta watch the rest of it. I gotta watch the rest of his interview too.
Oh, I ain't had time to watch the interview.
Oh my
yet,
god.
I just went straight to the freestyle and started crying.
It was so funny.
I went straight from the cyphers to the Tyler the Creator interview.
That's crazy. How did you like the cyphers?
Cyphers were tough.
They
were way better this year.
Yeah, the past 2 years, I think the last good one I liked was the G Herbo Dave East one, because they did. That's the first time I heard the beat switch.
I never watched that one. Was that the one that XXX was on?
No. It was just Davies and G Herbo, but that was.
Was that the year?
I don't know if that's XXX this year. I think that's Kodak's year. That's 21 Savage's year. That's Lil Uzi Vert's year. They all the same.
I saw Lil Uzi cipher.
Yeah,
I saw his little.
They
group.
The same year. They put the two lyricists together and everybody else.
They put the two Maryland people together in this one.
Yeah,
YB and Corday and Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like Corday. That beat switch on Corday's was crazy.
Corday's was tough. Yeah, I already ranked them.
Yeah,
out of all the ciphers.
I just like Megs, Corday's, and the Babies.
So, number 10, I had Lil Mosey.
At the bottom. Like,
oh my God,
yes. Horrible.
You didn't see it?
He was terrible.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. I watched his part because I had to watch his part to get to what you call it.
You know, like
the Baby's part.
You know, like when you was about to take a test, like in middle school, elementary school, and you looking around, you like, hey, like how y'all? Nobody study. How y'all gonna do this? Everybody's like, I'ma just put it together. Like I'm just wing it. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna wing it too. Lil Mosey was the only one that winged it. Everybody else said, man, the hell with that. I'm writing this. I'm writing this.
Megs was like clearly written. Yeah. So was the Baby.
Everybody's was written. Mosey's the only one that's like, all right, guys, we just gonna wing it.
Talking.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, boy, awful.
He was gone.
Lil Mosey,
Blueface, trash.
I had him at 9.
He's trash.
Blueface was at 9. That was bad.
He's not a freestyler though. He's not a lyrical dude. He's just a party.
But is it crazy to say he did better than usual?
I haven't seen him. I don't go for people like him when it comes time.
He's usually awful. This was bad. It wasn't awful.
He said this was bad. This was not.
I'd rather have
the same shit.
No. I'd rather have him saying I need a Kim Possible to play with my Rufus. I'd rather have him saying that than whatever Little Mosey pulled, because he needs to be arrested immediately.
Garbage. He's garbage
for fraudulent activities. He needs to be arrested. Put that man in jail, bro. He had no business there. If that's the case,
we gotta go back a couple of years and arrest other people too.
Okay, 8. YK Osiris. That's the dude that was singing. He sing his whole
He's a melodic dude. He's not supposed to be ciphering.
Yes, but so was Roddy Ricch, who I had at 7.
But Roddy, I think, can rap though.
Yeah, he does that melodic stuff too. But he can still switch it on and off. YK Osiris, he's number 8 because he couldn't switch that on and off. He sounds good on a song, but a cipher is not his. That's not for him.
That's not
Roddy Ricch switched it up. I put him at 7. I put Tierra Whack above him.
Okay.
At 6.
I must have missed a few.
You ain't see Tierra Whack? She was in the same one with Roddy Ricch.
I didn't see Roddy Ricch.
Hold on. Let me get through the list first. So I had Tierra Whack at 6, Rico Nasty at 5.
I saw Rico's. Rico's did good.
Comethazine at 4. It was something about his freestyle, bro. I loved it. You didn't like it?
No.
Have you ever heard Gravediggers?
I have heard of it.
He reminds me of Gravediggers. Like that type of.
Really?
He reminds me of that type of rap. Like what did they call it back then? Like horrorcore or whatever rap. Because he's like.
Yeah.
He's cynical like that.
Yeah.
Like he said some wild stuff, bro.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like I had him at 4. Megan Thee Stallion at 3.
Yeah, Meg.
YB and Corday above her, not by much though. It's really
Meg
not by much.
She was just going like nonstop, but she's known for that though.
And then the Baby at 1.
Yeah, the Baby's joint was nice. I'm glad he anchored too, because he had some stuff to really say.
That joint blew up too.
Already?
The one with the Baby, YB and Corday. I mean, not YB and Corday. The Baby, Meg Thee Stallion, and Lil Mosey. Their section blew up.
I like YB and Corday's beats.
There was somebody
better.
else on that one too.
Even though Blueface fucked it up with the ending, but the Rico into Corday, flawless. Yeah, flawless. I really like that.
And I liked how Corday, like, I usually don't like when people like don't take it seriously during the ciphers, like Mosi and them.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked when Corday, when he wrote his, he incorporated the people that was in the cipher with him. Like he said, my girl said I'm too racist because I don't like green, I only like blue faces.
Yeah, he started
I'm like,
them out.
That's tough because that shows that you care. It shows you put in some effort into the cipher. Yeah. You care what people come back and say about you when they watch this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he said,
that's just love though. I think he was just showing love too on top of that. Yeah. Outside of just like showing like I'm nice at this. Like this is, I'm also gonna shout y'all out because y'all with me, y'all in my class.
And then he dropped the ball where he said something about him being classy, he trying to be popping like Rico Nasty. Like he shouted both of them out in the cipher. I like when he did that. It shows that he actually tailored that verse to that cipher. You feel me?
I agree. I like that joint though. I think theirs was my favorite out of all because it was.
Which one?
Rico Nasty's, YB and Cordays and Bluefaces. I think that was my favorite one.
I like the Baby and Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't like that beat. That beat threw me off.
The beat not that bad.
It's not, but it ain't Rico. I think Rico Nasty's beat was better than.
Oh no. Rico Nasty's beat was. I think that was tailor made for Rico Nasty. Not literally, but like in the sense of how she.
This is her style. This is her lane.
Yes. Yeah. Fast paced, bro. She's like she has a unique style, bro.
I gotta go listen to her.
And she came up for real. Like she came up through the underground. Like
I'm gonna check. What's your favorite project from her?
I don't have a favorite project. Okay. Like I'm not that deep into it.
Okay.
No. I'm not that deep into it, but I respect it because she's from here, and I like I seen like when she was like coming up.
Okay.
But I don't have like a project like because her stuff. Like I said, I respect it, but it's not really like
it's not your.
No,
it's not
she can rap. Yeah, but it's not really like
Same thing about Meg to me. That she Meg don't make music for us.
No, she doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? But she can rap.
Yeah, like, actually, I'll loop her in there too. You can respect it, but it's not
same
like
thing with Cash Doll. Like I feel like Cash Doll can really rap, but she don't make music for men.
Yeah.
To like necessarily bump.
Yeah.
So
I don't even think I've like heard a bunch of her stuff before.
Yeah, Cash Doll got bars.
Yeah,
she got bars for sure.
So you didn't see Tierra Whack?
I didn't see Tierra Wax, and I thought it was on it too, because you was like, "Yo, make sure you write the cipher." So I went and clicked on Rico Nasty and YB and Cordays first.
Yeah. And
then the next one up was Meg Thee Stallion. So I was like, I didn't see no more.
No. Like, the Baby and Megan then went first. They was the first to drop. And then the YB and Cordays dropped after that. But then they dropped one today. That was with Tierra Whack, Comethazine.
Oh, yeah.
And Roddy Rich.
Okay. Now I'm going to go back and watch that then.
Oh, so you ain't even hear Comethazine?
No.
Yo, that joke was tough.
Nah, I'm gonna go back and watch it though.
It was tough.
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Dude need a therapist though.
He said he need a
therapist, bro.
There's always been rappers like that that's like that crazy. Onyx, people could say that about Onyx. They had that.
No.
Remember that Gadget? Like Onyx, they were always angry. And
he reminds me of Onyx too.
Yeah,
he reminds me of
like
Onyx.
That Fredro Star. And
Comethazine. You know what Comethazine is?
What you call it?
He reminds me like the Onyxes and like the what did I say? The grave diggers of the world, like that style, like it's real cynical and hard, and like he just looks crazy. Dude look crazy, and he make crazy faces. Like it's like, why do you look like that, bro?
Like all them do. The tats and the crazy hairstyles is crazy.
Yeah,
bro. It is look wild.
I like that shit though because if you get a face tat, that means you 100% vested.
Once you get a face tat, that's it.
Else.
Yeah, you chose your career path.
You stuck with that.
Yeah,
you gotta manage your money right.
Right, you better make some good investments. You better get in music. You better play a sport. You got to do something.
Hey, shout out to the YouTube viewers. I didn't even shout out the podcast. This is Relentless Reasons with Nino and Amiri.
Yes, sir.
And our videographer Gadget. We want to shout out to our YouTube viewers and subscribers.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for the continuous support from day one. Since we started with music, we can continue with music.
Yeah.
Have you heard Lost Tapes?
No.
You are garbage. You are trash.
I saw it when it popped up on my phone. I saw it when it popped up. But that Beyonce, bro. Like, I never said this about a Beyonce album in my life. This one is hard.
The Lion King?
Yes. No, it's not even a Lion King album. It has like little skits in Lion King in there, but it's all unique music. It's like African influence.
You skipped over Nasir Jones,
bro. I
couldn't get past
the Beyonce.
What type of man are you?
First of all, I listened to Beyonce first, and then the Nas Jones popped up on my phone. I said, I'm kind of on this wave right now. I'm not ready for that Nas Jones yet.
You are bugging,
bro. The Beyonce record was hard, and Jay-Z had a tough verse on there. You didn't even pay attention. You didn't even listen, did you?
No, you had Freddie Gibbs, you had Benny the Butcher, you had it's too much rap.
I saw Freddie Gibbs interview on the Breakfast Club. Oh, you talking about the freestyle he had on I forgot what radio station that was.
I'm not even talking about I'm talking about the album.
Oh, you talking about the album?
Project is crazy.
I be sleeping on Freddie Gibbs. I'm not even gonna lie.
I
have no excuse.
You are trash.
I be sleeping. And he knows people sleep on him because he said it.
You are trash.
So I'm not the only one.
And he got an album with Madlib? You skipped over Madlib?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you garbage. You're terrible.
Hey, that Beyonce Joe hard, fool. I've been on my
Let me not say too much because I'm gonna get crucified by the Beehive.
I've been on my African wave lately, bro. Like that Afro beat, that like all that instrumentation, bro. All the influence. I love that type of stuff right now, bro. So when that joint dropped, I said, oh, this is it right here.
Oh, so you're African now. You're identifying with your African side.
Shut up. I've been on that side. What you talking about? I just accept everybody.
You fraud.
The hell you mean? What you mean, bro? So who the real fraud if you ain't even listen to it?
Oh, you thought I was skipping Nas and Freddie Gibbs to go back to Beyonce?
Bro, this joint was an Ode to Africa album and you skipped it. So who's really the fraud?
I don't want to hear that.
You a fraud.
Nas's father was in the movement. I don't care.
So how was the Nas album?
It was great. It was great.
Was it great?
It wasn't my favorite, but it was really good. Track 1, No Bad Energy, is one of my favorites. The Lost Freestyle was great. The album really starts for me from track 9 down. The beginning part.
How many tracks are there?
It's 16.
So you said it starts for you track 9 down. That is not a great album.
Fam, that's 50% of the record. What do you mean?
That's not a great album.
That is a great album.
That's an average album. 50%?
Gadget.
What?
You can see who knows music and who clearly is bugging.
So you said the album for you starts track 9 down. And that's a great album?
Fam, if you have 8 songs out of 16 songs
Life
that you
After Death
love.
is a great album. Ready to Die is a great album. That starts at track 1.
But you're naming the anomalies. You're naming the anomalies.
That's a great album.
That's an exceptional album.
No.
A great album is
out of here. What? So that's exceptional.
Am I lying?
That's great. That's greatness.
Exceptional.
That's greatness.
That's phenomenal.
That's greatness.
It's phenomenal, exceptional.
9 to 6. If the album starts at 9 for you, that's a good album.
Can you please tell this man
that's
that 50%
a good
of
album.
a record is a great album? If you have
50% is great.
If you have 16 songs and you like 8 of them and 8 of them are crack, yes, that is a great album.
You said no.
I would say
Good. And you see 8 out of 16, you said 9. So you didn't even like 8. You started at 9.
No.
Oh, you talking about
9 down.
Oh, okay.
It's 16 songs. So
that's not great, bro.
And then 9
that's
16.
not great. That's good.
That's great.
You're lowering your expectations right now. That's what you're doing.
No.
Albums are not supposed to be 50% good. Albums are supposed to be all of the great songs put into an album. No. Albums can't be 50%.
But if you like, if 50%, if half of the songs are banging and the other ones are just all right, that's still a great album. Now, if you're talking Life After Death and Ready to Die, where every song, those are exceptional albums.
Good Kid, Mad City. What track does that album start on?
That's exceptional.
That's greatness, bro.
That is exceptional album.
You're just you're just finding words to top great, bro. That's all you.
No, I'm not. I'm being serious. That's how. No, in my eyes, that's how. I define exceptional albums as 1, great albums, and then good albums, and then garbage. That's how I rank them. I'm being honest.
I mean, I guess on your scale, good is that would be great.
A good album is only like
on your scale, that Nas album would be great. On my scale, that's not great.
What
50%'s not great.
Go listen to the album.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Go listen to it. Then go listen to Freddie Gibbs, and then go listen to Benny.
So what is Freddie Gibbs album?
great album should be
at least 80%. A great album? Yes.
If it's 80%, I say it's
exceptional. So who really knows music in this room?
Me? What are you talking about? Hov said that.
No, you said, hey, 50% of them songs I bang with. It's a great album.
That
what?
is. If you
wasted 50% of the songs.
No, not necessarily, because it could be nice to somebody else. For me, it wasn't. I'm just saying.
We're talking about you, and you think it's great.
I think it's an exceptional. If you like more than half, if you like half or more than half, that's a great album.
No. We're not doing more than half. We're not doing more than half. You said
like
half.
More than half. That's an exceptional.
Yeah, me and Gadget know that.
Oh my God.
You said half. Don't say more than half.
No, if you like half, that's a great album. That's really a great album.
That's not a great album.
Because that means you could damn near listen through it.
That's good.
Smoothly.
You can't say, yeah, this song great. I liked half the songs. They don't even sound right. You be like, yeah, this song good. I like about half.
No.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Jesus Christ!
If you say so,
we need a vote because you're wilding right now, bro. I want to.
But to say if you like 9 or 8 songs out of 16, that's not a great album. Come on, Nino.
That's a good album, bro. That's not great. All right. That's not greatness. Okay. It's not.
Now for Freddie Gibbs to answer the question you were getting ready to ask, Freddie Gibbs, I like every song except Flat Tummy Tea.
That's a great album.
That's an exceptional album. That's why I kept talking about it while you were coming through the door. I kept talking about in the face.
So what's higher than exceptional?
That's the highest for me.
That's the highest. So shouldn't that be all songs?
Nah.
So what's all songs? If it can't get any higher than exceptional should be all songs.
No, exceptional is all songs. It goes into all songs. I mean, all songs goes into exceptional.
Okay, so
to me, a great album is like 50%. If I can get 9 songs out of 18, I'm satisfied. That's a pretty good record.
Out of 8, okay, so 17 out of 18, that's still exceptional.
That's very exceptional.
No. 18 has to be very exceptional. 18 out of 18 is very exceptional.
If you
17 like out of 18 is exceptional.
One, that's not exceptional.
No, it is. That's not very exceptional. 18 out of 18 is very exceptional.
I can see.
You gotta reorder your scale.
I can see the European coming out of you.
You gotta reorder your scale.
Okay, I hear you.
You gotta reorder your scale. You thinking 50% albums are great.
Everybody's a critic, right?
That's crazy.
I got you. Now, is there any more to talk about music? What else came out? Benny's album was good too.
Oh, you lied. Apologize.
For?
Because you lied about that Rick Ross album. That was not coming out.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out.
No, apologize.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I apologize to him.
Those were all singles.
Apologize to everybody, bro.
No, because
I went home. I was like, yeah, I can't wait for this Ross.
But did you see his rollout? It was like Port of Miami too.
Yeah, he just dropped.
And then he said 12 a.m.
He just dropped that was a single.
Yeah, we know now. But everybody, even Joe Budden was like, yo, he had us all fooled. Like, we thought the album was coming. But then, like, at most of the people we found out, it was like, oh, it's just a single with Wale. Yeah. And now he about to drop another single with Drake at midnight.
Yeah, that's today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
we all look like jackasses.
Yeah.
we definitely did.
For real. Cause I was like, yo, it's coming. I'm excited.
Yeah. Now I've clocked in on that one with Drake though today.
Yeah,
I'm clocked in.
I saw the
one.
preview of it. It's nice on his page. It's pretty nice. So his album comes the 8th of August. So
okay.
That's tentative. That's what he said.
8th of August. Yeah. So that's not on us if we wrong.
If we wrong,
that's in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Is there anything else in music? I think, like I said, Benny, you should go listen to Benny's album. You would like Benny's album. If you like that old school kind of boom bap, but new age lyricism, you'll like him. You got the joint with 38 Special and Jadakiss is like that, and the joint with Pusha T is like that.
Okay, is that a 50% album?
No, I listen to that straight through.
Okay,
but I really do. But it wasn't exceptional to me. I could listen through it straight through, and like I was satisfied with each song, but each song wasn't a banger. You know what I'm saying? It was certain ones. But they were like, you can still vibe with some of them.
So it wasn't like a song that stood out? Besides, you said the one with Pusha T.
Yeah, the 18-wheeler, and then the 38 Special and Jadakiss. But I thought it was genius on him how he previewed it in Tana Talk 3 with he had a lyric in a song. I'm gonna make an album about the plugs I met, and the name of this project is called The Plugs I Met. So he kind of previewed it like cleverly, in his previous project. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. So
okay.
All right, let's get to this. Have you been reading on the Eric Garner trial?
No. There's a new trial or something?
No. Like how they're not prosecuting the
I saw that. Yeah.
I think that speaks to like how they just mishandled the case, the same thing what they did with Trayvon. Like, so they had the Attorney General at the time of his death was Eric Holder, and they, under the Obama administration. So then
Eric Holder.
Yeah, that's the Attorney General.
I know. Why does that name sound familiar?
Because he was the Attorney General under the Obama administration.
Nah, not that. I just sidetracked for a minute. Eric Holder. Wasn't that dude that killed Nipsey?
Is his last name Holder? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, why does that name stand out to me?
Sure. Hold on.
Yeah, bro, I know I ain't tripping. That's not a name that, like, That was so weird.
It's gotta be.
I'm like, hold up, Eric Holder. So it was another Eric Holder that was attorney.
Yeah.
So both. That's weird.
Both of them are Eric Holder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
I didn't think you were wrong. I was just like, why does that name sound familiar? But yeah, okay.
So basically, he called for the firing of the prosecution of the Daniel Pantaleo, I think is his name, the officer.
I put him in a chokehold.
Yeah. But what makes this egregious to me, for real, is that in order for them to prosecute him, even for him to be fired from the in order for him to be prosecuted by under federal charges, they have to prove beyond willful intent, even though they have to prove willful intent beyond a reasonable doubt. It can't even be that it's just unreasonable that caused death. If your actions are unreasonable and they cause death, I guess by federal law, you're still protected. So I just think, like, what you think about that? I think that was kind of crazy, and it's like, why does it have to go to the furthest extent in order for him to just face charges?
What do you mean it has to be?
They have in order for him to be indicted on federal charges, they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that his conduct in placing arrest, which caused death to Eric Garner, was willful intent, which means he was trying to do harm to him.
Why does that matter?
What do you mean? Why does that matter?
Why does that matter if he was trying to do harm or not?
I don't know. You
killed him.
You killed him.
Yeah. Why does it matter whether you meant to or not? Isn't that called manslaughter? Yeah. Like if you didn't mean to kill somebody but you did it.
Yeah.
You don't just like, oh well, you didn't mean to. So, like no, bro. Like what?
So that's not even the crazy thing.
That sounds crazy.
Like then Richard Donahue, who became the U.S. Attorney General, he declined the indictment after Eric Holder had called for it. But again, this trial started to shift between the Trump and the Obama administration. So Richard Donahue became the U.S. Attorney General. I believe the U.S. Attorney General, and the New York State New York State Attorney General was William Barr, and they both declined the firing of him or declined the prosecution of him. Now, even though he escaped those charges, he still faced the New York department. They call it departmental charges. Yeah, and they won't even fire him. Like, he's just been placed on. The worst thing that can happen to him is that he lose vacation time or he loses his job. That's it. They won't even fire him. And it's kind of, to me, it's kind of egregious because even the U.S. senator in New York even called for him to be fired. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
the senator of New York.
Yeah, one of the senators. Her name is Kristen Gillibrand. Okay. Yeah, she called for him to be fired. Okay. And then what makes it even more crazy is that during the trial, it was you had the medical examiner that ruled Eric Garner's death a homicide, and then you have his police academy instructor who said that was never a part of his training. Like that, the way they tried to subdue him to place him under arrest wasn't even a part of his training. It was like home taught type of things. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like kind of crazy, like how you have to go through all of this. Like I think the solution, like we need to push for that law to be changed, because it's a federal law. It's not just a state law. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. To me, that was kind of like, it was kind of crazy to read that, and like it took y'all 5 years to deny all this. Like the statute of limitations for this to be pushed through, I think, was last Wednesday, which was the 17th.
Statute of limitations on what?
To prosecute the officer.
To prosecute murder? There's no statute of limitations on murder.
That's what I thought too. I think to prosecute him is
hell, bro. I know. All I know is like from like looking at the mayor of Indiana. Is that dude named Pete? Who's running for president? I think his name is
de Blasio or something.
No. That's New York. Yeah, his name's Pete Buttigieg, something like that. Yeah, and he was dealing with an issue kind of like that in his hometown. And like black people were pissed off. Like they like all of them gathered together, and credit to him, he went into the belly of the beast and like spoke in front of all the black people that was yelling at him.
What did he say? Because I didn't hear. This is my first time.
So they had like a list of stuff, and he was like looking at the paper and like pretty much like reading the stuff they was talking about. And the black people was like, so pretty much tell us right now that the officer killed so and so, whoever the African American guy was, and that he needs to like be fired or whatever. And he was like. He was pretty much, that's like a lose-lose right there. So he's pretty much like.
No, they need to fire. If you murder somebody.
But listen. When you're a mayor, first of all, you have to realize it's hard to fire a police officer like that.
It can't. How's it hard to fire when the senator, the mayor, and the presiding U.S. Attorney General call for him to be fired? That's not hard.
You know how? Because how do you think they got in positions?
It wasn't through the police department.
Oh, you don't think they have an influence? You're out of your damn mind if you don't.
Nah, you're tripping.
You are tripping.
I'm not saying they don't have influence. I'm saying they don't have the sole influence.
It doesn't have to be a sole influence. It doesn't have. It's a big portion, bro.
How big of a portion we talking about?
The police department has such a large influence on that community, bro. Yes, for even to get elected. So. First of all, it's like a chain of command that you have to go through anyway to fire a police officer. Like he has to go to his superiors. So he couldn't get out into that crowd and actually say, if he's racist, he needs to be fired because it has to be an investigation. That's just open.
Why can't you?
Because that's opening yourself up to lawsuits.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro. You cannot just go on there and say, this cop is racist, we're gonna fire him. You have to do the proper legalities of the situation. You have to investigate.
Oh, you're saying if you use the verbiage?
Yeah,
what
they wanted him to say he couldn't say.
Got you.
So going back to the Eric Garner case, I think it's more difficult to fire a police officer like that than we think. Like to us, it's cut and dry.
Not if the senator in the U.S. Attorney General is calling for you to lose your job.
A senator, whatever. That's whatever. Attorney General,
okay. Politicians.
Yeah, I know, but the senator to fire a police officer, like, come on now.
But to your point, do they not hold heavy influence to that state?
They do, but you mentioned one senator.
To me, that's higher than a mayor.
Oh, and
the U.S. Attorney General has
I said Attorney General. Okay, I get that, but
especially on about.
I think that they're trying to protect. When I see decisions being made like that, they're trying to protect themselves. There's some reason why that Attorney General didn't do what we think they should have did. There's a reason why. There's always a reason why.
Yeah,
it's all about protecting your bottom line. And that Attorney General's bottom line is, I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for this if I actually fire this police officer.
I think the state Attorney General, yes.
The police department is not gonna rock with me if I fire this man. This is gonna be bad for me.
That's the problem. You have to use if you have your power, you have to wield your power in a intelligent way to combat prejudice and discriminatory actions like this.
Yeah,
you can't just, and that comes through what? Speaking out against them and implementing laws. That's what I'm saying. So if your job is to implement these laws and enforce these laws that the police department abide by, and you clearly see a case where it's not, you have to make an example out of that person. I'm not saying just go through the police department and start indicting people.
That's an example of a specific person protecting their bottom line and not the issues of the general public. They're worried about themselves. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean,
they're worried about themselves.
I don't even. I think these people have the power and are in the position to make the decisions. It's just not being pushed because of their own, because they don't see it. They if there's not it's kind of that thing. If it's not a part of my community, I can't really feel it. I can't really understand it. I think this is what it is. So if it's and this was in Staten Island. So
really?
And I hear their police department, the way the police department operates there is a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to just feed into. That's why I say that I think the solution needs to be not only for that law to be changed, but for him to be fired. Even if you put him on death duty, he still has a job. You already declined. You already did the family a disservice by not indicting him. So you're going to make it even more egregious by not simply firing him.
So you think it's because they don't feel it? It don't affect them personally?
Why? I mean,
that makes sense. So
I think that's not that may not be the sole reason.
You think?
I think that's part of it.
You think A$AP Rocky feel it?
Oh yeah, let's get into it.
I'm just wondering. Like I actually feel bad for the guy. I know everybody else is laughing at him, but like
I feel bad for him too.
What do you get charged? Like it's like 2 years? He can get 2 years for that.
Yeah, I think the prosecution in Sweden is actually pushing for him to be held another 2 weeks. But I think it's kind of crazy because apparently there's a treaty the Vienna Treaty. I'm not sure if you heard of that.
Never.
But it's an agreement between the U.S. and Sweden. I don't think those are the sole countries, but Sweden falls under that treaty. And I think if someone gets arrested, they have to abide by that. Since they fall under the jurisdiction of the U.S. The U.S. ambassador or U.S. The U.S. Embassy official has to be involved in their case, and Rocky hasn't even been allowed to see him. But the interesting thing about the Rocky case that I've been seeing, is some of the takes the black people have taken on it. I've seen people be like, free him. I've seen people be like, free him, but you know what I'm saying? He said this or that about black women. So why are we coming? So what do you think about that? 'Cause I've seen some of my followers.
There is a but, because like he was talking about like he was generalizing like certain situations here in the United States with like injustices to black people, and he was pretty much like, yo, like I don't want to talk about that. Like that doesn't affect me. Like I don't see that. I don't feel that. So like I'm pretty much not concerned about that.
But you
so that's why there was a but. And people was like, yeah, free him. But does he see it now? Like
now, don't get me wrong. I don't believe anybody should be receiving treatment like that. Like the fact that you only have one apple a day, you're in these horrible conditions. Yeah. You're not allowed like basically a due process.
See, I'm not sure about all of that though.
What?
About like the horrible conditions.
Well, they said it's inhumane. That's what the I think when they finally let the U.S. embassy official go. See, even though he didn't see Rocky, he could tell. They say the dude said it looked like he was walking into a toilet,
but
or living in.
So
a toilet,
like I was listening to this other podcast, and there was actually a dude on there that got locked up in Sweden. He was telling like his story. So he pretty much said, when you first get arrested in Sweden, when they're like holding you in the holding cell, the conditions are bad, and they treat you like that. Try to like get information out of you. But then after a couple of days, when you get moved to like a proper jail or a proper prison, the conditions are like so much better. It's like a dorm.
I think so, because Rocky's term was supposed to be those 2 weeks. I think he's been held in the same place he's been in
for that long.
I think so.
Dang.
But you know, in jail that seemed like a lifetime.
Yeah,
even though it's only that seemed like a lifetime. But I wanted to get your opinion on the other aspect of it, outside of just the wrongfulness of him being detained. I wanted to kind of get into one, like, what did you think of some of the women's like takes on it? Because I feel them
I didn't see any women's takes.
Like when they were, because you remember what A$AP Rocky was saying, not from a social like this is not about me, like the Lil Wayne thing is like I'm not, you know, these decisions or things that are happening to black people don't necessarily impact me, so I don't really have the obligation to really speak up for it. But do you remember when he said he sent out that tweet like about like I don't date black women or I can't it was something along those lines. I don't know the exact tweet. Gadget, can you look that tweet up real quick and see what he said? It was something in that tweet, but about I don't, you know what I'm saying, I can't see myself with a black woman, or I wouldn't date a black woman. So I've seen a lot of my followers and some people on the internet is like, yeah, you know, he's black and I don't think he should be held in these conditions, but you know what I'm saying, he said that I won't be caping for him because this, that, and the third, about his stances on certain things. So what do you think? What do you fall on that? Because I think I don't think anybody should be faulted, or I don't think anybody should be treated like that, especially not a black man. But I can kind of see their angle is kind of like.
He said he was talking about lipstick. He said fair skinned women can get away with wearing red lipstick.
Only fair skinned women can get away with wearing red lipstick is what he said.
Yeah.
And they're mad about that?
I mean, we not.
And the Black Lives Matter thing.
Oh yeah, and the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of like you can't expect us to go to war for you when you want to go for the people and you have the power to.
Fool, then don't. Like I doubt Rocky's really expecting anybody to go to war for him. You feel what I'm saying? Like they have no.
You don't want to say that because Meek kind of needed that.
Meek is. Oh, you talking about Meek needed that?
Yeah. Oh, he kind of he embraced it. Like that's what he.
You can't compare those two though.
Why not? They're big rap stars.
These are two completely different situations. Meek never said anything about.
No. I was saying to your point about not expecting people to ride for them. Yeah, and I'm saying that you can't necessarily say that because Meek may not have blatantly said that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but since he never said anything like that, of course he's gonna expect some support from that community. I'm saying as Rocky, knowing that he said some things like that, I'm sure he's not expecting any of their support.
No.
Why would you? If I said something like that about like pretty much saying dark skinned women can't do something and fair skinned women can, I'm not going to expect that.
But do you think that's acceptable? Like their changes?
Yes. For women to do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
why should they care?
I agree.
Like I wouldn't care. Like I wouldn't care.
But
they don't even know that man, especially because they don't know him. Like
they ain't know Meek either. But again,
bro, that's so different, bro. That's different.
If you take the tweet out of it, I'm saying to your point, you take both of them, whether they say anything or not. If you are in a humane condition, you're gonna want as much support as you can possibly receive. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, but you can't take the point out of it because the point was the entire conversation regarding the point.
No, I was asking what you were thinking about the woman's stances on that, but you switched it to how A$AP Rocky may feel. You say he may not care or even want support, and I was saying you can't say that because of the conditions that they're both in. They were both in terrible conditions, so I'm pretty sure they will want any support that they can get from, you know what I'm saying. So I'm thinking he may want to backtrack some of them statements. I'm probably wish he could probably backtrack some of them statements.
I'm sure he's not going to.
I'm sure he's not going to, but
I don't even think he wants to. I think he's gonna stand by it.
You think so?
Yeah, he gonna stand on it. He said what he said, bro. Yeah. It is what it is at this point. Like,
I don't know. To me, it was just like, all right, cool. Like, I understand. You know what I'm saying? My black women, like our black women, why they're taking that stance. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they had a right to.
Yeah, I do too.
I think anybody who's like an activist and has that can have that. We don't wish any ill will on Rocky, or we hope he gets free soon. But this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I think they have the right to do that.
Yeah. Speaking of wrongful conditions. Have you heard about the curator, Baton Rouge, Sadie Joseph,
who's like found dead in
the trunk?
Yeah,
oh
in
my
the trunk.
God! Like
I didn't know anything about that.
Like well, first let's start off with like kind of her background. She was the first African American museum curator in Baton Rouge. I guess she founded their first one. She was like a huge activist in their community, and she as well as leading some of the protests and activism in Ferguson with the Mike Brown case.
Okay.
But the kind of crazy thing is that the dude apparently killed her. Who
killed her?
His name is Ron Bell. He was behind on rent. That's what I'm saying. Something don't add up, and I don't want.
So she was the landlord.
Yeah.
And he's behind on rent.
Yeah.
So he killed her.
Yeah.
And put her in the trunk.
He's accused allegedly of killing her.
Allegedly.
Yes. That's the person they have in custody now for her murder.
What the hell?
But the thing is, like, a lot of the people, and even the local newspaper is kind of linking, like, her activism in the community and her activism in Ferguson to, like, her death. They say they're connected. They have to be connected. And I can kind of see that because she was one of the last four of the activists to survive the Ferguson, or one of the four activists that have been murdered successively since the Ferguson case, and they all have been kind of murdered in the same way, where their bodies are found in the trunk. But she's one of the last activists. She was one of the last activists living, and they found her like that.
So they're all dead now.
Not all of them.
A lot of them were murdered.
And she's wanted. And now she's unfortunately
What the hell? So you think they're connected?
Yeah, we know what's going. You can see that the writing is on the wall with that one. That's like, to me, that's clear as day.
That's crazy.
That's clear as day. Cause like she now, like, just the stuff I was reading about, she was doing it like Baton Rouge in terms of like leading the Juneteenth like festival and stuff, and bringing awareness and educating her people on the history of their people. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that kind of goes and plays a role into it. Also, in Baton Rouge, I don't know if you know, or Louisiana in general, there's been like church bombings. Like, this was the 60s, and that was led by like some sheriff's son. It's deep. It's crazy. Like, I don't.
That's crazy, man. That's a lot.
He said that's crazy.
That's a lot, bro. I ain't know about none of that.
Nah,
it's like, what?
Like, it's just,
that's crazy. People getting killed out here.
And again, this goes back to me saying, I even want, like, when I get married, I'm gonna teach my wife to, like, how to handle a gun and like protect herself. Like, I think all people, like old, young, like, they need to know how to properly use a firearm. Like, once they get of age, of course. But this just goes This goes back to my point we talked about a few episodes ago when I was telling, like, I think black people need to always be armed. Like, if you can, in the state of Maryland, get your handgun qualification license, get your wear and carry. Like, is ways to do that. It's very easy for your HQL license. I don't know if you got mine. I just got mine like a month and some change ago.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
Nah, I need mine. I ain't get it yet though.
But I just think that's.
Nah, I'm gonna get it though.
I think that's sad. So my prayers go out to her family.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Her community, like all the people's lives she touched. Another thing too, which is why I'm gonna be watching this case like real heavy too. I want to see like the aftermath. Is that the dude that is accused? He's a felon. He has a felony for as a sex offender. He's accused of raping a girl, an 8-year-old girl at that.
Who, the dude that killed her?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's real bad.
Raping an 8-year-old girl?
Yeah.
Did he go to jail?
Yeah, he served 7 years.
7 don't seem like a lot.
Yeah, I know.
You get 7 years for that?
Yeah. Aggravated rape in 2004. Yep.
7 years. You know this rapper named Simba from around here?
Nah.
Oh, he's like a high schooler. He got like 22 for robbery.
Huh?
He got 7 for rape.
Yeah. I don't know Louisiana state law. But I'm sure you said armed robbery?
Yeah. It was like I don't know if they classified it as armed robbery, but it was robbery.
24 years for armed
Yeah,
yeah.
20. He got 24 years.
Yeah. But I think that's Maryland state law though. I don't know Louisiana, and he may have gotten out on parole.
I think that's Corday's cousin actually.
What's his name?
Simba. You never heard of him? They had a song together.
Nah, I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, back when Corday, his name, he had a different rap name at the time, but
yeah,
that's wild, bro. Like I didn't know 7 years really don't seem like a lot, man. Especially like you saw that story about that old man that they let go because he was like too old.
And then he killed somebody else.
Did he kill somebody else? It's like, no, bro, keep him there, fool.
Yo,
like, what you doing?
Like, yo, how you serve that much time only to come out to do it again,
bro? Because people like that, they just don't care, bro.
Man, I said all that to say, hey, black people, arm yourselves, be safe out here.
For sure, people crazy,
like,
man.
That's ridiculous. But I think I feel like they always like at our leaders. Not I feel like I know they always at our leaders. Like that's just. And she was just like even the community leaders. I feel like something is brewing. And I was talking to Gadget offline about this later. I feel like the generation like that's us. We're more unapologetic. But I think the people that's like in high school and middle school right now, like when they get our age, they even gonna be more unapologetic. Like
the 2000 babies are wilding.
Yeah, but
they
I think it's a even though they're wilding, they may not have the same guidelines or principles that like guided us to manhood or womanhood. I think that because they are that extreme, they're gonna be that extreme on the forefront for the things they're passionate about. Or when it comes to harming them, it's not gonna be this, we got to make everybody comfortable type of thing. It's gonna be like, now you put your hands on me, it's go time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, I just feel like the solution for us is really to like just arm ourselves. I can't stress that enough. Woman, old, young, men, young, old, young, like just guard yourselves because they would, especially if you stand for something.
Yeah, I ain't mad at
you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
That's kind of crazy. Let's see. Oh, did you see the Harriet Tubman?
The trailer?
Yeah,
I saw the trailer for it. I'm glad they're making a movie about Harriet Tubman because there's like so much stuff that's like myth about Harriet Tubman. I feel like there's like we know about the Underground Railroad and the certain safe houses that were there and like them like living under the floorboards of some of the houses. Like we know stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I want to know about like Harriet Tubman. You feel me? Like I want to know about when she escaped and then when she had came back, like her journey coming back, grabbing some of them, taking them back, and then like making that trip over and over again.
I think
like
she was doing. I think, and this speaks to. I think this goes back to the relationship thing. Like she left her first husband. I used to
see. I knew nothing. I don't know anything about
John Tubman. He left because this is why you have to be connected to the right woman and women have to be connected to the right man. She wanted to escape freedom.
He was fine.
He was not only was he fine. He said, if you leave and you start doing this under my watch, I'm gonna tell the dude. That
hell no!
Yo,
he a snitch.
Yeah, he said like because you got to think about it too. Like you got to think about it too. Like back then, if you were accomplice to anything like that, you got killed or beat as well. But that to me, that just speaks to the weakness and of like the weakness in him, like the mental enslavement of him as well. Like he was so trapped in that system mentally. Like you got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold this jump like this.
He was so mentally trapped in a system that was not conducive to his well-being at all, or any of his people's well-being, that he was willing, to just stay. And not only stay, if you ruin this, I'm gonna tell on you. And she divorced him. I said that good, like that is the most powerful thing because to me it speaks to why a wrong person in your life can derail you from your purpose and what you were put here to do. Imagine if she'd have stayed.
No, could you imagine like the news, like when she escaped? He's sitting there working. He's like, damn.
Yeah, she made it.
She really did it. I should have just went with her, man.
Nah, you weak. You can't weak. Harriet Tubman, this is another powerful thing about her story. If you tried to join and you tried to leave, she blew your head off.
She never killed nobody though.
Huh?
She never killed nobody
because nobody was dumb enough to leave.
She didn't want to shoot anybody. She used that as a threat. Like
but she was dead serious. Like she was going.
I don't know if she would have killed anybody.
Because she don't want to kill
her people.
Yeah,
but granted, if it risks the lives of everybody else,
you got to think about it like that too. Like she said, you can't be on this journey to me to freedom, and then you want to backtrack and not only leave us, but you want to jeopardize the freedom of the other people that want to go to the promised land.
I was hip to that.
Do that.
You were either all in or
not at all,
or you're dead.
Not at all. Those are to me. That's like. Principally, like that just speaks like she's like one. That's why
Harriet Tubman go hard, man.
Yeah,
hey, she was a real deal.
No, you can't.
I can't wait for this job.
You should never be connected to somebody that doesn't share your passion or even support you in your passion, like that,
that's
or your purpose. Because like that kid, if she would have stayed, we might be living in a totally different, like you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't think somebody else would have stepped up if she didn't?
I can't bank on that.
I can't bank on that.
I can't bank
like,
on
I would
that.
like to think, like, you know how people be like, yo, if it wasn't for so-and-so, I wouldn't be here. I'm like, man, I like to think, I think somebody would have stepped up, but then you're right. You don't want to bank on that.
Yeah, you can never, like, tell if that void is going to be filled with somebody else that knows their purpose. You know what I'm saying? Or knows what they're supposed to be doing.
I want to know what happened to him then.
He died. He
just
the
died.
Whole irony. No, his irony. He was a quote-unquote free man, but he got in an argument with a white guy, and the white guy blew his head off.
Oh,
so all that fighting you was doing to stay where you was at and stay stagnant where you was at, you could have been free, and you decided to be comfortable with some Europeans.
And then they just turned on him. Yeah. They were never on his side.
But exactly.
I thought you was gonna say he tried to escape and ended up dying.
No. That would be even.
That's ironic for real,
funnier.
Bro. It's like
that's even funnier. Like,
you did all that just to try to escape anyway. Like, come on, bro.
Nah. But
wow.
even, like.
Now I can't. I'm excited for this
I'm
movie,
excited.
bro.
I think it comes out September. No. Sorry, it comes out September or November. Gadget. November.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm going to see
they
that.
said they hope it gets the Black Panther treatment.
I hope
like
it does too.
Up.
Yeah.
Did you like Black Panther?
Did I like it?
Yeah.
They come with the second one too.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool.
November 1st. Okay.
It was cool.
You bugging.
How?
You and these hot takes,
bro? Cause it's a black movie. It's supposed to be great, bro. Like Black Panther was cool.
No.
Like it was cool.
Don't change the narrative on me.
That's what you're saying,
That's
bro.
not what I'm saying.
Gadget, did you like Black Panther?
You're saying that.
Oh my God. You're the only one. You've been taking L's today, Amir.
No, y'all
been taking
hot
L's, bro. You have to have higher expectations, man.
That was a great movie. The plot was great.
Oh, it's great.
The characters was great.
So you like about 50% of it?
Oh, you real funny. Okay. I hear you. You're 50% of a movie. If you don't get the hell out of here.
Oh my God. He like about halfway on that.
Yeah, right. 50% my ass.
Oh, I'm weak today, man.
Y'all in these hot takes.
That's not a hot take, bro. I'm not the only one.
It was all right. Probably, how many times did you see it, though?
Once.
You just saw it once.
Why do I have to see it multiple times?
Nah, because some people had that feeling like after they saw it like 3 times, like, oh, it's okay, I like it, but they kept seeing it, so they was like, they probably got tired of it.
How many times you see Get Out?
I saw Get Out
multiple times, huh?
Nah, only saw it once.
Oh, okay. What'd you think of that?
It's pretty decent.
So that was pretty decent, but Black Panther was great.
Yeah, I like Black Panther. I like Get Out too. Don't get me wrong. I think Black Panther, Get Out was a great movie. I think it was a great movie.
What about Us?
I didn't get it. That one, I didn't fully understand.
Why do you have to get it? Why can't you just watch and be like, yeah, this is a good movie?
Still gotta make sense.
So you don't think it makes sense at all?
Some of it, not all of it. I didn't get the
like
full
you cannot
point.
get it, but you can be like, oh, okay. I mean, at least it makes sense generally. Wow, so it didn't connect for you, huh?
It connected a little bit, but not.
So you prefer,
I don't have these deep dives like some of my friends did. Like some of my friends, like, well, yeah, it's connected to this, and this is why they came out the shadow like that. And I was just like, God,
so what's an exceptional black movie for you?
An exceptional black
exceptional,
movie?
Not great, not good, exceptional.
Black movie.
Yeah. I got one.
What you gonna say?
Juice.
That was exceptional?
That was exceptional to me.
That was a good movie.
That was exceptional for me.
Exceptional.
Bro, that I can't get the scene out of my head when he killed dude, the mom's son, Raheem, was that dude's name? And just hugged his mom right there at the wake. He was just staring. Bishop was just staring.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Nah, I don't know. Who directed The Wood?
The Wood?
Yeah.
I don't know who directed The Wood.
If that's
The Wood was exceptional to you?
Yeah. I really like that movie.
I
really like that movie. But nah, that
Menace was really good too.
Menace was good. Menace was good.
These hot takes. You ain't even like Menace like that.
No, I did like Menace.
You said, I saw the face you made.
I like Boys in the Hood better. I prefer Boys in the Hood.
The Wood was directed by Rick.
Boys in the Hood or Menace?
Okay.
That's a good question. Boys in the Hood or Menace? Gadget, what you like better? Boys in the Hood or Menace?
It's 2 different movies to me.
That's a good question. I never thought about that.
I like Boys in the Hood.
Cause I was always a Menace kind of guy.
You are a Menace type of guy.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
Type of guy. This is a Menace type of guy. Yeah,
oh my God, bro. Menace was tough.
Man. Nah, it was a good movie. I like that movie. What else? What are other black owned movies?
There's a lot. Coming to America.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love Trading Places too. Life. I really like.
Do you consider House Party a black movie?
Who is it directed by? When you say black movie,
so it gotta be like a Spike Lee.
No, that's what I think of when you said the black like film. I'm thinking
School Days.
School Days, I love.
You love School Days?
Yeah. My dad really loved that movie too. So
yeah.
School Days was good. Baby Boy is
Precious. Would you consider Precious a black movie?
Yeah, because it's Tyler Perry. But God, no, I wouldn't.
You didn't like Precious?
Like hell no.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through.
I'm not a.
You think it's egregious? That's not egregious, bro.
That shit was nasty.
These hot takes are unbelievable.
Yo, she got raped, but the plot is just the.
Bro, it's a Tyler Perry. It was directed by Tyler Perry for real.
I think he had his hand in it.
Oh, I didn't know it was directed by Tyler Perry.
I don't think it was like the sole director. I think he was part of the like the writing.
Speaking of that just brought up a topic that is probably not on the list.
No, it's good. Go
you saw Tyler Perry's acceptance speech, right, at the award show?
Awards. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Tyler Perry?
Like his films, or
no? What do you think of him overall, including his films?
I think he's been through a lot.
You think he's been through a lot?
I think he's been through a lot. But I will say I like his speech, and shout out to him.
His speech was his speech was exceptional.
Yeah, his speech was fire.
Exceptional. I liked all of it, 100% of it.
He said, "Now this land is owned by one Negro."
Boy, he set the crowd on fire when he said that. Everybody was like,
"That was good."
But
that was good.
I will admit, I used to not like Tyler Perry.
I didn't either.
Only because his movies, bro, like they
painted us in such a terrible way.
I wasn't even gonna say that. That's true. But it was just like, yo, it's like the same thing. It's somebody getting beat or cheated on, bro. I'm like, yo,
to be like the extreme, like you gotta drop the baby off the balcony.
Okay, but then when I got to like actually research about Tyler Perry, he's literally just like talking about what he's seen and what he's heard growing up.
He's seen somebody hold a baby 6 stories.
I mean, of course, some stuff is for dramatization to like make a good movie, but like all of that cheating and getting beaten, domestic abuse, like that was his household he grew up in. So he was just writing it, some stuff like from his mom's point of view, like Diary of a Mad Black Woman. So I was like, okay. And then like
that makes sense.
Then he opened up his own studio and started like hiring black people. I'm like, yo, okay. Yeah, you gotta respect that.
Yeah,
like,
no, definitely. Yeah. I just didn't like the way I felt from an imagery standpoint. I didn't like the way he painted black men. Like, and it was the dudes that had their stuff together. Like, why the dude that's a lawyer gotta be the cheater? Why the dude that's a successful banker gotta be the woman beater? Why the dude?
Because he got the money. That's why. He has the money. Money is power.
But money don't mean immoral.
I mean, of course, but like that explains it. Why the person with the money is doing all of that.
But it's like every successful black man goes down this path, and it's like in the movies it seemed like the only one I've seen it where it was a little where the black dude was good and he was real successful was the dude that became the district attorney, and he played Puffy in the Biggie film.
The dude that looks nothing like him.
Yeah, and he
I know who he's talking about.
And he played in what you call it, Medea Goes to Jail, the movie.
I've never seen that.
That he was like a successful prosecutor and he became the DA.
Okay.
And he got the girl he went to high school with off of these trials that were pending on her by his jealous fiance. Mm-hmm. So
have you seen Acrimony?
Yeah, that was crazy too.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was crazy too.
That was a good movie though.
Oh yeah, that was
Dude, creative, man. Yeah. Some of that stuff, I'm like, wow.
You get what else is there? Is there anything?
That's the
else?
GOAT though. Tyler Perry's one of the GOATs. Gotta be. It's one of the GOATs, bro. Stop.
All right, this has been Relentless Reasons, episode 6. We want to thank y'all for joining us. Stay up tuned, keep subscribing, keep liking us, and we're gonna keep doing what we do. Man.
Crazy.